Hello, everybody. I thought on this pleasant evening in London, I've got a spare half an hour. So I thought, what a better way to spend it than to help people with Amazon FBA product research. So I'm going to try and actually do these more frequently than I do. But what we're going to be doing is some live product research. And I'm going to be broadcasting this in the public Amazon FBA Smashers Facebook group and the Academy one. So if you guys have any questions as I'm kind of going along with it, just ask me in the comment box. I'm here to help you guys smash it as much as possible. And I appreciate that Amazon FBA product research is boring, it's tiring, and it drags on, right? But I've been doing this for about 4.5, 5 years now. So I've had a lot of practice, and I want to help you guys improve as much as possible so that we can get as many of you as possible selling with Amazon FBA. So let's just dive straight into it. As I say, if you have any questions as I'm going along, just post them in the comment box and I will answer them for you. So the method that I'm going to be using today is with Helium 10's black box. Now, if you don't have Helium 10, I would really encourage you to get put a discount link in the description of the post and in the comment section below as well. They are running a 20% offer at the moment, so you can get it very cheaply. Honestly, it pays dividends to have the right software. If you haven't come across black box before, the best way of describing it is like Google of Amazon. So it's like a search engine where you can say, show me all the products that satisfy this criteria. And the criteria could be minimum sales or revenues. It could be a minimum or maximum price. It could be reviews. There are tons. You can actually see all of them on the screen here. Now, a lot of people that are interested in Amazon FBA and watch tutorials on YouTube will typically just use the products tab of black box or whichever competitor there is. So Jungle Scout, AMZ Scout, and so on. But what I want to do in this video or in this tutorial is use the keywords tab. The keywords tab is actually relatively underused versus the products tab. And because of that, you can often find lots of different opportunities that other people are sleeping on. So the difference between the keywords tab and the products tab is that with keywords, you're effectively going to be shown what search terms customers are using on Amazon to find products. And the benefit of doing that is that you might occasionally come across a search term that has a lot of people using it, but results in no products actually appearing on Amazon because nobody's started selling that product yet or that product type. And that can be a great opportunity and a great way for you to differentiate, which is what it's all about when it comes to product research on Amazon. So in order to access this tool, you log into your Helium 10 account, you go into the tools drop-down menu, select black box, and then once that's loaded, just press the keywords tab. Okay. Now, wherever you are in the world, you need to decide what marketplace you want to sell in, right? So if you're in the UK, you don't necessarily have to sell in the UK. You might want to sell in the US or wherever, but it's important that you decide this because the first thing that you need to do is change this drop-down box. By default, if have never used your Helium 10 account before, it will be on Amazon.com, which is fine if you want to sell in the US. But if you are in Europe, UK, wherever, and you want to sell on a different marketplace, you need to change this, right? You need to change it to the marketplace that you want to sell in. So we're going to change this to Amazon.co.uk because I'm going to be assuming that people watching might want to sell in the UK, whatever, but just make sure that you change it to your marketplace that you want to sell in. So there are tons of different filters here, but the ones that I like to use most frequently are search volume. So that's something really important because I'm not really interested in searches that are barely being used by anybody. So I want to use that, and then I want to use the monthly revenue. So let's just first kick off with filling the search volume filter out. Now, If you are in the UK, I would say anything with a search volume of 800 searches or more per month. So 800 people across the country are using that search term per month. That is going to be worth your while. If it's any less and it's like a product's main keyword, then that would signal that there isn't enough demand. And that, again, is something that is really important that you factor in to your thinking when you're doing your product research. Every product that you look to sell on Amazon, it needs to have demand, right? Existing demand. So we're going to put in 800. If you are in the US or you're wanting to sell in the US, then you may want to do this, do the minimum search volume to be a bit higher, 1,000, 1,200, but just be mindful of that. So we want Helium 10 to show us keywords being used by customers across the country at least 800 times per month, right? In addition to that, we want those keywords that appear to be associated with product niches that generate, let's say, £5,000 in monthly revenues. And again, that is something that signals demand. So we don't want to be shown products that have search volume but are resulting in customers just not purchasing, maybe because the quality is poor or whatever, right? So the beauty with this kind of product research method is there's just infinite combinations that you can put in to the different filters. So, you can play around with this. I would say, to be honest, there's no real minimum or maximum that you should half-ass rule. Obviously, it's going to come down to your profit goals and how much money you have to invest. But let's just say for this example, 5,000. If you've seen any of my previous tutorials before, or you're a member of the Smashers Academy, my hard fast rule is think of your monthly profit target and multiply it by 3. That should be your minimum monthly revenue that you expect to see. So if I want to make £1,000 profit per month, my figure here would be 1,000 times 3, 3,000. Okay, that's kind of how you should think about doing your. So let's now put in back 5,000. The next column the next filter that I'll want to put in is to do with the price. We don't want the products being shown to be priced so little that the amount of profit you're going to be making per unit is just not worth getting out of bed for. So like, 50p, 50 cent or whatever. And on the opposite side of that, we don't want the price to be so high that customers have to think twice about purchasing, or they'll just, ultimately think I'm going to go with a much cheaper option. So my general kind of thresholds for this are going to be, I'd say, around the £10 mark. If you're making a 30% margin, you're going to make £3 per unit, which is fine. And then on the upper side, I generally go around £40 or £50, right? Again, have a play with this, see what different results you get. Some people do prefer to sell higher priced products because they're less competitive, because less people, less suppliers or competitors can afford to buy them. It's up to you, right? Review count is another one that I'll often kind of play around with. There's no hard fast rule with this one. A lot of people on YouTube say, don't go into a niche where the average number of reviews is higher than 100, 200. That is rubbish, right? It all comes down to your ability to differentiate. If you can offer a customer a product that is better in every way, or it's different in some way and perceived as more premium, better, whatever, then the number of reviews from your competitors matters less. So don't get too bogged down in this. But with that said, I'd be quite interested to see, relatively new keywords that are associated with niches that have, say, a maximum of 200 reviews. Review rating, so the score out of 5, I'm going to keep that, just keep it at not actually set it. Word count, let's actually put in 2 here, because I don't want to be showing keywords that are just a single word. That typically is going to be very broad and probably not really actually refer to a particular niche. So it could just say phone or can or something. Okay, so the advanced filters, we're not going to go through all of those just because we will actually be here all day. And believe it or not, I do have other things planned other than Amazon FBA product research. But the ones that I will typically fill out, or the ones that we're going to fill out now, are the categories. So not every category is really suitable for beginners or for people that just, kind of want less headaches with Amazon FBA. My favorite categories to look into: baby products, beauty. Let's have a look at business, industry, and science. It's not something that I see too frequently, but I'm interested in it. Not clothing. They have a very high return rate. Not computers. We can do DIY and tools. And I'm probably going to stay away from gardening and outdoors just because it's winter in the UK at the moment. So it'd probably be quite seasonal or lower volume. And just for a last one, home and kitchen. Other ones that you can certainly look into could be grocery. What else? Health and personal care for sure. Lighting, pet supplies, sports and outdoors. You can even do stationery and office supplies. Toys and games is probably one that I'd stay away from at this period of time of year because it's gated. Outside of the fourth quarter of the year, so outside of September to December, it's not. So you can consider that. So we've got baby, beauty, business, DIY, home and kitchen. And then the other choices here, I am just going to leave. I apologize. It looks like sometimes my screen is flashing. So hopefully it's not doing that when I'm actually doing something important. Right, so we've pressed search, and now what Helium 10 has done is it's gone away and looked at all the data that it has access to and found the keywords that match that criteria. And the data that Helium 10 gets, it's not daily, it's not refreshed on a daily basis. And why is that important to understand? Well, it's important to understand because you also need to apply your own thinking when looking at the results. So case in point, it's mid-November here. And this is saying that one of the searches that's popped up is Halloween inflatable. Now, Halloween is the end of October, so this would be a big no-no. Even if it was September or early October, I would be saying no to this product. Why? Because it's seasonal, right? If you're ordering 1,000 Halloween inflatables or whatever that niche is associated with, you are going to end up with a load of stock that isn't going to shift, right? So I would automatically be staying away from that. But let's have a look what the data is telling us anyway, and I'll show you how to use the different columns that have appeared. So it's saying 841 people each month, or in the last month when this data was refreshed, in the last 30 days, have searched for Halloween inflatable, right? And that niche, the Halloween inflatable niche, has an average price point of £37.73, and it makes sellers on average £10,000. Now, that could actually be accurate, I suppose, in the preceding 30 days. I would just, kind of take it into account that it's not Halloween anymore, so that is probably inaccurate. So those are the kind of main points that you want to pay attention to. So we're going to ignore that, right? Or we're going to, I think we can just delete it. Perhaps not. We can't. No, we can't. Okay. The next one is air fryer tray. So this is an interesting one. Air fryers, if you are active on TikTok, social media, or whatever, have surged in popularity lately. They're just a healthy way to cook food. Apparently, I don't have one. So this is thinking now. This is triggering off different points in my mind about opportunities. And this is the way that you guys need to think too. So whenever you are shown keywords, products, or whatever, you don't just want to look at the data and be ticking, okay, it's got good search volume, it's got good price, it's got revenue, I'm going to sell it. There's different things that you need to take into account. What are the opportunities? What are the branding opportunities and the expansion opportunities and so on? So with air fryer tray, I'm thinking, okay, I could possibly create a brand around air fryers, air frying accessories, and then I'm thinking that's something that I need to go and diligence further. Is there a big air fryer accessories brand? And if so, is it any good? Do they do a good job? Do they get good reviews? Is their branding decent? And so on and so on. So this is actually something that is of interest to me. And just as I'm scrolling down now, ignoring more Halloween stuff, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? If you guys get this as well and you want to remove Halloween, you copy the word Halloween, go to the top and press exclude keywords. And then you just press search, and that should actually remove Halloween. Perfect. So let's have a look now at the results. So air fryer, liners, silicone. So we've actually got a number of air fryer keywords popping up, haven't we, with plenty of search volume behind them. So this is now looking quite interesting, isn't it? Because you can see that there's lots of demand from customers for products to do with air fryers. So is that a good opportunity to go down? Well, let's have a look. So we can see there's lots of search volume, there's lots of sales demand. And what you'll need to do is where it says actions here on the right, press view on Amazon. And let's see what it shows. Now, I have no idea what this product is. I think it's like a casing or something that you put your food into and then put into the air fryer. So it doesn't, I guess, make it dirty, or it's easier to clean. So if we click into it, we've got an air fryer tray. The search volume is 856 searches per month. And if we scroll down, so we can see a number of different sellers, can't we, that are selling these air fryer trays, and it's all around the £10 mark, which is, you know, it's on the low side, but I'm pretty certain that this type of product is going to be very, very cheap to sell. In fact, just to kind of verify that, should we go to Alibaba and type in air fryer stock? Oh, I don't know why I just did air fryer stock, air fryer tray. Air fryer tray. It's just a very quick check here just to see the price of them. So look here, you can see 73 cents to $1. And, you know, I'm sure if you put in some bulk, you probably can get cheaper. So under cost of maybe £1, and they're selling these for 10, 11 pounds, right? 2 of them for £2. That's actually a decent margin. And if you price this is a little secret that often people won't mention. If you price your product at £9 or below in the UK, and that is soon to be increased, I hope, to £10. It's just been increased in the US. If you price your product at £9 or less, you can enroll in something called the Small and Light program. And the Small and Light program gives you reduced fulfillment fees of anything between 60 pence and like £1.80. So I can pretty certain that's what these guys will be doing. I do it for a couple of my products, and I'm priced at £8.99, and my products are more expensive than that $2 mark or £2 mark, and the margins for me are really attractive. So I do think this is an interesting one. Perhaps not air fryer liners, air fryer trays or whatnot. I think that's basically what it is, isn't it? But I do actually think it could be something worth digging into further, because what I'm thinking at the moment is there are a number of ways to easily differentiate with this, aren't there? I mean, you could, first of all, do 3 in a pack. Everybody else seems to be doing 2. You can change the color. You could probably change the shape to say it's compatible with a certain brand. I don't actually know much about these air fryers. I think Ninja Jewel is one. But you could possibly say compatible with Ninja Jewel. It doesn't appear like anybody is doing this. And also, there's a complete lack of branding, isn't there? And for those of you that are members of the Smashers Academy, those of you that see me on YouTube, my tutorials, you know how it's very important, and it helps you, get more sales, higher conversion, charge a premium price, and so on. None of these seem to be doing any sort of branding. And if we actually click into one, I mean, look, these images just don't look professional. There's absolutely no evidence of branding. And this always happens with Chinese sellers or with sellers that don't know what they're doing. What is that brand name? If you can't see it, try zooming in for you. DZ Poo Hodges. It means nothing, does it? And customers will see through it. I'm thinking Air Fryer Pro as a brand name, or just something that is better, right, than whatever that is. And there you go, easy opportunity. So just from that little trick there that we've employed with Helium 10's keywords tool, we've now got, a possible idea, and we've got a possible, range of products that we can sell, air fryer accessories. Now, an additional step that you'll need to take after finding a possible product idea. So I'm not saying, go away and buy this or whatnot, but there are a number of tick points, aren't there? It looks very cheap to purchase. It's small and lightweight. We can see there's a possible branding opportunity. We can see expansion opportunities and so on. We also just need to check the general demand for this niche. That is really important. While Helium 10 has given us an estimate from a couple of days ago or whenever Black Box was last run, we need to do it again. And in order to do that, we need to check out the niche, the entire niche for these silicon trays on Amazon. Now, that keyword that was shown to us, this one, that might necessarily be the word find term to use when verifying demand on Amazon is click onto a listing and press keywords where it says here. You will need the Helium 10 Chrome extension. So install that, search for Helium 10 Chrome extension on Google, and you can install it and press the button and let it run. And what it will basically do is pull all the keywords that listing appears for. So we're just going to let it do its thinking. And then the next thing that I'll change, or the next thing you should change, is change match type to organic. We don't want to be shown any sponsored keywords. And then change organic rank. So where does this listing appear? We want it to be 1 to 24. So position 1 to 24. If we do that, it is likely that the keywords being shown are going to be relevant. Often they won't be. Right, so now we have done that. Let's order it by search volume. Bam, look at that, air fryer liners. So it seems that air fryer tray is basically, it might be another word for this or something. I think silicon or something that customers are using. Majority of people out here, look at that, that is huge. And I just want to double check it's the UK because that's huge search volume. So if we click onto search volume, the little graph, you can see it's hugely trending upwards. That's just the popularity of air fryers. Like I say, they're very popular. They've become very popular thanks to social media. And what we'll now do is click the little search button. And what we're hoping to see are similar liners to what we saw. Whenever you're doing product research and you are searching for similar, like you're searching for the niche, you need to make sure everything being shown is pretty much identical, right, to the niche that you want to sell it. That's slightly different. So what I think is the right one to be using is this one, silicon air fryer liner. So we will press that and we can scroll down, and now look, you can see that all the results are actually relevant to what we had before with that initial search. So now that those have loaded, we will press Helium 10, we'll press X-ray, and we'll have a look at the results. So the first thing that you'll need to do once you've done that is just verify the search volume, because this one will be more accurate, and then press filter results, hide sponsored products from results. You must always do that because you want to remove anybody that is paying to be on the front page. Their sales won't be reflective of the others. And the next thing that you should do, sometimes this will happen, you'll get a load of NAs, and that could be because the category is one that is blocked by Amazon being tracked, or it could be, I don't know, it could be just Helium 10 just hasn't got the data. So let's just tick those so that it doesn't look messy. What I would do if I wasn't doing this live is come and check it the next day and just see if it refreshes. So we'll tick those and press the bin. Yep, remove those. Right, so now we can see the demand. The demand is huge, right? If we wanted to be making £5,000 profit, £3,000 profit, we need to be seeing 3 times that, remember, in monthly revenues. So 3,000 times 3, 9,000. There are plenty of sellers making 9,000. So we've verified the demand. We've verified in my head profit. I would encourage you to actually calculate that by contacting suppliers and getting information. And the next step would be to verify whether there's an opportunity to, improve upon the product, differentiate, and so on. My quick thinking as I've been doing this is bundling more in a pack, different colors, better branding, and so on, which is something that, you can do separately. So I'm hoping now that you've seen how to use this tool here, just how much time and how much fun you can have diving in. And we were literally on the first result, weren't we? The next one could be, well, this line is silicone. That is actually the same. But that's the process, guys. Just kind of looking through different keywords and exploring on Amazon and looking for opportunities. Now, a little trick from me, a final trick before I head off, because it's just getting to that time where it's nearly dinner, is run Helium 10 on any listing that you find, press review insights. It's not actually loading up on my screen because my share permissions weren't right, but you'll press this button here at the top and then press review insights. You'll be shown this here. And then if you go into select ratings and select 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and then press apply, you can then click into review analysis. And what's it saying? Cheap quality. Yeah, that's not really that helpful, is it? Often it will be more helpful than that. But let's have a look at these reviews here. So people are saying flimsy, they get very hot. So, this is all down to product quality. Can you find a supplier that offers this type of product, better quality, that doesn't get hot, that lasts a long time, and so on? If you can do that, if you can, look to differentiate in as many other ways as possible. So improving upon the branding, Yiki, what is that? Improve upon the listing, improve upon the images, and so on. You can be able to increase conversion much higher than all of these guys, where these just, these images just frankly suck. So I don't think it would be difficult. So that's kind of a starting point. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it, but I'd actually be pretty excited now about thinking of a brand that specializes in air fryer accessories. You can do, maybe the paper liners, the silicone ones. I don't actually know enough about the air fryer niche. Let's just, I'm actually quite intrigued now. Air fryer accessories. Let's have a look and see what else comes up. So we've got tongs, we've got pots, pans, replacement parts. There's so much. And that all came from Helium 10, right? There's actually loads of air fryer results here. So just like before, if you are fed up of seeing anything to do with air fryers, you just do that, comma, air fryer, exclude keywords. And there you go. You've got lots of different results. World Cup, sloth blanket. I'm actually quite interested to see what that is now. Okay, that's interesting. Could be something worth exploring further, couldn't it? So we're just reaching the half an hour point. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you're watching it on catch up, watching it on my YouTube, whatever, remember there is a Helium 10 discount in the description below. I'd encourage you guys to use it. It's a lot of fun. Whenever you've got a bit of time spare, you can just use it and have a look what people are searching for and hopefully find a product that you want to sell. So enjoy the rest of your day, evenings, whatever time it is. As always, if you have any comments, questions, post them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Cheers, guys.